Hello! For today's e-learning, you will begin Chapter 11 on measurement. Lesson 1 is a hands-on lesson about estimating and measuring capacity. Since you may not have the materials needed for this lesson at home, we will be doing a demonstration at our own home to help you understand. So I have my helper here, Rowan,
Hi.
to help with the demonstration. Today's lesson objective is I can explore estimating and measuring liquid volume using metric units of capacity. Rory will be helping as well. Before we begin, let's talk about some key concepts. The amount of liquid a container can hold is called its capacity. Capacity is also known as liquid volume. Volume meaning how much space a container takes up, okay? 1 unit is one specific amount of measurement. We first discussed this during our chapter on area and perimeter. A unit refers to one specific amount of measurement. A metric unit is a unit of measurement in the metric system. The metric system is the primary system of measurement used through much of the world and in science. 1 metric unit of capacity, or liquid volume, is a liter. We use a capital L when we label liters. To complete this activity, you will need 3 large containers to hold liquids. A metric measuring cup that measures liters, and water. So we're kind of using our water bottle here as our measuring cup as well. This water bottle actually holds 1.5 liters, but we poured out the 500 milliliters so that it would equal 1 liter. So this much water is equal to 1 liter, okay? So for step 1, we will be using the chart on page 633 in your book. We're going to write the name of the container that we use, and we're going to record our estimates. Rowan, what does it mean to estimate?
To guess.
Good. So you're going to be making a guess of whether you think 1 liter of water will be what? Less than, about, or greater than whatever your container that you're filling is. If you do want to do this at home, this would be a good time to pause the video and go grab the containers that you want to use, but you don't have to as well. That is why we are showing this for you, because you may not have containers at home. Okay, so we're going to start with the example that's in the book, which is a water glass. So Rowan's going to grab our water glass, and we're just estimating, we're just guessing that about 1 liter of water is going to fit into this glass. Okay, that's our guess, all right? Now, obviously, if it goes above that, we shouldn't keep pouring, right? Because then it's going to get all over the place, all right? So, Rowan is going to pour the water from here, this is 1 liter, into the cup to see if our estimate was correct. Why'd you stop?
Because there's barely any.
I'm kidding, I'm asking why you stopped. Why did you stop? What did you notice?
Because it got full and we didn't put it in the hole.
We didn't put all the water, we didn't pour all the water, right? We probably poured, what?
Half?
Maybe just a little more than that, right? So, in the chart, under actual, what would you write? Was it less than or more than?
Less than.
It was less than. Very good. Now, we don't have a funnel to pour this back into here, so we're just going to keep using these two, okay? So remember, this is 1 liter. Okay, Rowan, what's our next container that you chose? Okay, so we're just going to we'll just call this a bowl, okay? So for container, Rowan's going to write bowl. And Rowan, what would you guess? What would you estimate? Do you think 1 liter, it's going to fit in here and be less than or more than?
I think it's going to be less than.
Okay, let's see. So he's going to start by pouring that. We're getting a little messy. Okay. Can we keep going?
Yes.
We sure can. It's not all the way filled yet. You're fine. Do you think you can keep going? Should we try? Oh, I don't know.
No.
We almost made it, but not quite. So, yeah, and we spilled a little, but not that much. Okay, so your guess was what?
Less.
Less. And what was the actual?
Less.
Good job. All right. So now we have our third and final container. What are you going to call this one? Brownie pan? That's what you said earlier? Brownie pan. This is what we make brownies in. Okay, so what do you think? What's your estimate?
About a liter.
You think about? Okay. So let's see. Do you want me to pour this one?
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
Since it's super. No, just do it a little bit.
You want to finish? You want to finish?
Oh, I think I changed my prediction.
Okay, so what did you notice?
That it was more.
The container actually is greater than a liter. So you're gonna have to change your prediction there, aren't you? Okay, so now that we've explored with liters and large containers, we're gonna move on to page 634 and we're gonna talk about milliliters, which is a smaller unit. Now we're going to move on to measuring the liquid capacity of smaller containers. A smaller metric unit of capacity is a milliliter. We use a lowercase m and an uppercase L when we label milliliters. To complete this activity, you will need 3 very small containers to hold liquids, a metric measuring cup, and some water, which we have right here. Rowan, about how many milliliters do you think a teaspoon is going to hold?
5.
Okay, so in order to get milliliters, 1 milliliter is 10 drops, okay? Not full drops, but if we were going like this, 1, 2, 3, like that, okay? So Rowan, I want you, no. Yeah. That was a really big drop. We're going to redo that one. Watch how I do it. Watch. 1, 2. Okay, really small. Slow and steady. 3, 4, 5. You can just hold it down and it'll drip out. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so right there. That is a really small unit of measure. That is 1 milliliter, okay? I just wanted you to understand how small that unit of measure is. So here's what we're gonna do, Rowan, okay? We are looking on page 634. About how many, so Rowan's going to be estimating. When we hear about, we know we're estimating. About how many milliliters do you think a teaspoon holds? You said 5, right?
Yes.
Okay. So your estimate, so you'd write a 5 in there, okay? So here's what you're going to do. This is our measuring cup, okay? Rowan is going to fill, the lowest unit we have on here is 15 milliliters, so he's gonna do just before that to get 10 milliliters, okay? So what you're gonna do, ready? Look, you're gonna fill a teaspoon, I'll hold this here. You're gonna go like this until we get to about 10. And we're gonna count how many teaspoons that is, okay? You said 5?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait.
Your estimate was 5
No.
teaspoons. So, we're getting 10 milliliters, remember?
No, 2. I was saying there was 5 milliliters.
Oh,
in.
so you guessed 2, okay. So look, you're gonna fill it all the way to the top. Here you go. I'm gonna pour it in. Okay, are we there yet?
No.
That one's not full. Fill it more. Look, you gotta go down. There, now it's full. Here. Okay, would you say that's about 10?
That's actually over.
Yeah, I think we got it a little full. Yeah, there we go. That's 10. Okay? So, how many teaspoons did you use?
2.
2. Good. So, about 2 teaspoons is equal to 10 milliliters. Okay, so now what we're going to be doing is Rowan and I are going to fill our small containers. We're just going to be doing this for 2 of our containers. And we're going to fill this. We're going to estimate how many milliliters we think are in the container, and then we're going to measure them and record it. Okay? I'll fill it. How does that sound? There. Okay.
I'm gonna do this.
Okay, so we have a small jar. That's our container. It's small. How many milliliters do you think are in that?
Maybe 135.
135 milliliters?
Around it, maybe like 140.
Okay, all right,
Somewhere
you want to
between.
find out? Okay, so here, the best way to do this. I'll hold this and you pour into this. Okay, stop. All right, so we got to the top of this, so we have to stop. How many is this?
150.
150, so record that on your paper.
No, plus more.
Yeah,
150 plus.
no, just like off to the side.
Mm.
Okay, so that's 150. Keep pouring. And then about how much is that?
About 85.
Okay, so then what are you going to do to find the total amount?
Add them.
Add 150 plus 85. What'd you get?
235.
And what was your guess? 135? So a little off, right?
A
So
lot.
this jar was about 235 milliliters.
By about 100.
Yeah, okay. And then we'll do this container next. So do you want me to fill it?
Oh.
You want to fill it? You want to fill it all the way up? Okay, so how many milliliters do you think are in there?
100, between 110 and 120. Somewhere between.
Between 110 and 120? Okay, should we find out? Alright, I'll hold this, you pour. Make sure you get it into this. What was your guess?
110, 120.
Look how much it is.
It's 150.
It's 150 on the dot. Wow. Okay, you were better that time, right?
Yeah.
So, this container can hold about 150 milliliters. Okay, so hopefully that helps give you an idea. I know we're a little messy and all over the place, but hopefully that gives you a better understanding of when you have larger capacities, larger liquid volumes, you're likely to be using what unit?
Liters.
Liters. But when you're using smaller liquid volumes, smaller containers, smaller amount of liquid, what unit of measure are you going to be using?
Milliliters.
Milliliters. Very good.